One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks for checking out the lesson here at Music with Ryan. In this week's featured lesson, we're checking out lesson number 3 in Improving Your Bluegrass Rhythm. And we're gonna kind of stray away from the traditional style, straight ahead bluegrass rhythm, and check out this original piece I've entitled Rawlings, which you just saw and heard me play through the progression 3 times. And of course, it's inspired by David Rawlings. Now, if you've checked out and listen to him play, you know his sound is very unique and beautiful. He has a lot of awesome things on the guitar. And we're gonna dive in and dig in about what he's doing so we can get some of that sound on the guitar. I've got 3 variations for this lesson. And if you want to access all 3 of them, there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can click the links down there below to learn more. This lesson is going to come with 35 to 40 minutes of video, downloadable tabs, and a couple audio backing tracks in which you can play along with the rhythm part, or take that rhythm part out and you'll be the rhythm player. So let's go ahead and start walking through this first variation for the Rawlings number 1. Let's go for it. Thanks for watching. One thing I want to make note is that when you think about doing this style in this lesson, you need to think about it as you're the second rhythm player. Okay, so someone else is playing a very steady and solid rhythm, and you're almost more busy. Okay, you're almost more expressive and just more creative and going kind of outside the box. I mean, I'm still playing in time, in the rhythm, in the groove, right? But someone's really holding it down, and you're kind of the second player. So that kind of opens things up. And that's how I want you to approach this lesson. And a lot of it is going to be cross-picking, okay? Or kind of like a banjo-esque roll. So here's the first few measures. 2, 3, 4. So fairly straight ahead here in David Rawlings land. But as you saw there, I just cross-picking through the chord. And we did a little strum on that last measure there. And again, it's kind of like pattern number 2. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And it's just what strings. So it's going to be very right hand intensive. And you really got to put the focus on picking the correct strings. Luckily, this tune is slow, or this lesson arrangement is slow, and that's the style they often play in, and so it's more approachable. But yes, there's just a lot of, we're skipping strings, and it's just kind of some tricky business. So for that first chord, it's the same thing there, measures 1 and 2, and it's E string, D, B, there's a tie in there, ties over in the downbeat of 3, and then G, D, G. So here's the pattern: down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down. Down, down, up, sorry, down, down, up. Okay, that's the first 2 measures. We're going to be using that as the backbone, as the main thread, or pattern throughout all 3 of these pieces. But as we go in to the other variations, we're going to be, mixing it all up, so to speak. So then we go to measure 3, and we play a B minor chord. Okay, and we do that same pattern. It's all on the same strings. Okay, down, down, up, up, down, up. And then in measure 4, we're going to do, again, kind of the boom, chick, e, chicka strum pattern there. Boom, chick, e, chicka. And sorry if you haven't watched some of the other lessons in here, but that's kind of the nickname I give for strumming pattern number 6 in the rhythm series. Boom, chick, e, chicka, boom, chick, e, chicka. And so we're going to kind of go back and forth. Again, this helps create the energy, being able to go to and from these patterns. So when Dave's playing, what he'll do is he'll kind of do some patterns and licks and runs, but then also kind of meet up and play a basic rhythm in some spots during the piece. That's what he does. Yeah, he just kind of leaves the rhythm, the basic rhythm, and then he'll come back for a measure or 2, and then leave it again for a while, and then kind of come back to something basic. So let me play those first 4 again. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's move on here. So there's a lot of this same pattern. So you might just have to practice this pattern over and over and over for each chord, real slow. This first arrangement is largely that pattern. And again, it's right hand intensive, so it takes some focused practice. Then we go to C chord on measure 5 and 6, and it's the same pattern, same strings here. Down. I shouldn't say exactly the same string. It's the same as B minor, but the G, we were on the low E. Here, we're starting it on the A, but then the rest is the same. You can use that sound slice if you have access to it. And then going to measure 7, same thing with G. And then here we're gonna play D/F sharp. So we got a chord inversion. And this is something that's part of the rhythm series, the whole overarching idea to improve your rhythm is chord variations is one of those ideas. And we're gonna do a D, and then the thumb's gonna come on the 2nd fret of the low string. You could also finger this with the 1st finger on the low string 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the G 2nd fret. Okay, the A will be muted, even though we're not strumming here. But essentially this is the 5 chord with the 3 in the bass, okay? First inversion, 5 chord, D, the 3 is in the bass. And that is actually a leading tone, okay, to take us back to the 1. It's another signal that I know that we're gonna go back to the 1 chord. And it's got a very thick and lush sound, almost dissonant, and that's certainly part of Dave's vocabulary is dissonance, and he knows how to master that, and we'll get into some of that as we move through these variations. The only thing different right there is that last note in that measure. I play an open B string, which allows me to go to the next chord like connected and not anything getting cut off. That B will ring into the next chord. And here the picking pattern changes, which the pattern stays the same, but the strings we pluck are a little different here. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So low string, G, B, G, D, open B. So that pattern's kind of all over the place, right? and that's Dave. You know, there's like not really a set way all the time, you know, and we're kind of opening up, right? Open up the doors, or giving you options, right? And that's part of his playing, is all that stuff. So again, that open B, we come off our fingers and go into the next chord. Let me play all 4 of those. 2, ready, go. Okay. So let's move forward when you're ready. And 9, 10, 11, and 12 sound like this. So again, we're gonna start making things a little bit different right away here. And at measure 9, we're gonna do that kind of the second strumming pattern here of this piece. You know, it's again strum pattern number 6 on the key, and it's down, down, up, down, up. Or again, I nickname it boom, chick, e chicka, boom, chick, e chicka. And this is such a common pattern too. I know I'll probably repeat myself, but it's a very common one, worth mastering. Then in measure 10, play the low string, and we just do kind of like a boom chicka, and then we're gonna do a bass walk into the B minor. Open A, first fret A, and then we'll go to B minor, second fret A. Okay, very common, and it's on beats 3 and 4. 3, 4. And then measure 11, we go to the B minor, and we do the picking pattern. And then measure 12, we strum it. So again, by going between the 2 patterns, it just changes things up, which just helps with the overall energy and your tastefulness. You know, you're not doing exactly the same thing. And yep, you want to be able to go in between them. So those 4 measures, 2, ready, go. Okay, then the last few sound like this. A lot of similar things right there. That last measure though, I changed things up to really give it a cool sound and a cool feel. So 13 and 14 we've kind of already done, right? It's the picking pattern on the C chord that we already know. And then we strum it. Then we go to G and we just strum that. And then right here we're at the D/F sharp chord, and I pick different strings than I did the last time. Now you could use either one here, totally, but just again, giving you more options and more insight to how he might approach it. Second fret low E, then the D, open E, and then B, G, open B. I come off with my left hand, so I want that B to ring into the G chord. Nice that sound. It sounds so pretty to my ear. You know? And that's what he does. I mean, you know, you can do this pattern and choose a variety of strings. And I'm sure he has a few different ways. And I think this is a great starting point here to kind of thinking about it like that. Having a set pattern and strings, and then sometimes just changing up a little bit. And that last chord too, I should mention, it's kind of like a D9/F sharp. That high E open is the 9th. And again, that gives it a much different sound than just a full D, right? Opens it up. More note choices for the soloist. So those last 4, 2, ready, go. Okay, so that's the first lesson here for Rawlings, number 1. Something to think about when we play this is being delicate. Okay, that's what Dave does and Gil, they do so well, is delicacy. And that's a lot of it here with the pattern. You got to be very particular, but also delicate. Again, his style is very unique and advanced, and we're trying to get a little bit of what's going on. So use the audio tracks to play along with, and or the sound slides if you have access to it. And we'll move on to the second and third variations when you're ready.